I just make a small introducing. Inklabs Chat heißt eigentlich nur, es sind nur 2 Personen, nie wie im Breakfast Club ganz viele Personen. Und ich bin heute hier mit Andrew. Andrew ist einer unserer ältesten Künstler, seit 2014 schon bei uns dabei. Ich weiß noch, wie er das erste Mal ankam. Wir haben uns mit Händen und Füßen verständigt. Niemand konnte irgendwie was anfangen, aber es ging mit Bildern und. Inzwischen ist er sehr, sehr bekannt geworden. Ein toller Künstler, tätowiert schon. How long you tattoo?
12 or 13 years.
12 bis 13 Jahre schon, also ist wirklich ein absoluter Tattoo-Master, kann man nur sagen. Einer der wenigen, wo ich sagen kann, krass, der kann wirklich alles. Ich habe noch nie ein schlechtes Tattoo von ihm gesehen. Trage selber ein Tattoo von ihm hier im Innenarm. Also ist wirklich sehr professionell. Und egal, ob das Projekt jetzt sein Lieblingsprojekt ist oder ob es ein Projekt ist, was er überhaupt nicht so gerne mag, ganz ehrlich sagt, das will ich so nicht machen, das kann ich so nicht machen, das sieht scheiße aus. Und selbst wenn es Projekte sind, die vielleicht nie in seinem Portfolio so sind, trotzdem immer absolut professionell und absolut sauber abgearbeitet werden. Das ist also wirklich hohes Lob. So, wir sammeln ein paar Fakten über ihn vielleicht. Er tätowiert seit 13 Jahren. How old are you?
31.
31, so almost like me. Okay, and you come from Ukraine, right? And when you start tattooing there, so 13 years ago, but what?
It was 2007, end of the year.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Okay. And what brings you to tattooing? Did you learn something before? Yeah, of course.
I was in art school at something from 9 years old till 12, but it was like not. After I forgot everything about this, I started studying university, second university, blah blah blah. Never finished, no one, and it was like I just come one time to tattoo studio in Ukraine, in Kiev. My home city, just like a friend, and like my girlfriend, like friend of mine, have a friends in studio, in tattoo shop, and we come to drink some, blah blah blah, start talking, and after start thinking about, so maybe I can try to do something, because I can draw, but actually didn't practice with drawing like many years, but just I don't know. So
first there was art school, then you go to university, but you...
Yeah, but it's a totally different profession. I have, actually I'm confectionery, so it's my real profession. Okay. After I try to be something like a lawyer, blah blah blah.
Okay.
but
the studies was too long and you want to earn money.
Yeah, something like this.
So this will be our main thing today also. We want to talk about art, money, handcrafting. What is tattooing? Is it in the middle, or how you see this? So one more question. When you want to stop working, like getting retired?
With tattoos?
Yeah. Or maybe at all.
I'm not sure, so it's like a good idea to do nothing all your life, but with tattooing, maybe like full-time job, maybe like in 5 years.
Okay, so
I have a plan, something like this.
36, and then other plans, own studio.
I think I can't stop do tattoos for my customers, because I have a lot of people who start work with me, and I think like in 10 years ago somebody will ask me to do something more. But I plan still working only with my customers, like old customers, but like full-time job, not for like.
But you will continue like during your life.
You mean
I think you
tattoos, like everything around tattoos? I think about open something like big art space. Maybe it's like a future idea, nothing exactly, but I try to concentrate now on paintings. For me, it's like more interesting. also I can have some space for tattoo. But I'm not sure, so I want like guys who will work with me in my studio or something like this.
Okay.
I think it's about my own private place.
So with other guys where you can share it.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So, okay, let's talk about the major theme. What you think? Tattooing, more handcrafting? Is it more art?
Handcrafting.
Handcrafting?
Yeah, because like, should I answer more?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. It's like a lot of artists try to introduce themselves like art people, like artists, but usually everybody do what customers want.
Yes, that was.
Sometimes it's nice when you have like guys who won't do something what you like, but usually they like your style, but they wanna do wolf in your style, or something like this, and it's more handcrafting than real art.
Yeah. I have it here on my point. It's like when the customer say what he wants, is it then still art or is it handcrafting? It's handcrafting. So, but what do you think, how much % of your works are not handcrafting or art, where people come and say, I want this, wanna do, or just do something to me, doesn't matter what?
0.01.
Okay.
Real. I have not like I have couple ideas to try to do something like interesting for me.
Yeah.
But nobody still don't write me about this project.
Yeah.
If we would start talk about some wanna do's designs, like yeah, I mean something like this.
Vielleicht können wir es mit der Kamera einfangen. Die habe ich gefunden hier bei Andrew. Da auch mal ein kurzer Aufruf, falls jemand das haben will. Das wäre diese 0,1%. That will be the 0.1% you say that's
yeah, I mean,
art
like
for
couple people ask me about this.
Yeah.
Like how it will cost and blah blah blah, but they don't come. They just ask me.
This is my favorite one, the blue one. Yeah.
I like that.
So it's a full sleeve radiant, crazy. Okay. So what do you? Maybe you can make an offer. You will do this for free. Or for a small amount?
Yes, small amount isn't the problem, but the problem is I can't be sure in 100% with like, in my custom, because sometimes people don't come, sometimes you can start to do a lot, you can do like 4 or 5 sessions for free because you won't do this, and after you will never stop because this guy can think so, I don't want this. Anymore, I don't want to continue because it's painful, because it's something.
So it's hard to find the customer
who
can
spend like a lot of time of your
work time.
Yeah, for people who people don't if customer didn't pay, they not so like.
But how about a contract which says you need to finish this sleeve with this? If not, you need to pay for the full sleeve price. That would be great, eh?
Good idea, but in not my country. Yeah, we don't have that. Like, it's so
but maybe in Germany. Also ihr könnt hier quasi, wenn ihr mutig seid, euch einen krassen Sleeve abholen für einen ganz kleinen Preis, also Material und Aufwand. Vielleicht gegen einen Vertrag, dass wenn ihr das Projekt nicht mit dem Künstler beendet, ihr für den vollen Sleeve zahlen müsst. Wer Bock hat? Das wäre quasi ein kleiner Aufruf. Weil ich würde sowas wirklich gern mal sehen. Okay, so, you talk about your country. How is it there? So, I'm interested. How are the tattoo prices there? How are the customers there? Is it...
So, like, we have, everywhere, I think it's like, now it's everybody in tattooing. Like, it's a hype. Yeah, it's hype, and now it's like not unique profession. So like everybody try to be in tattooing because it's like looks like easy money and you can start to do it like simple. Now this new styles with dots and everything like this fine line stuff. If your arms grow not from us, you know, you can do like a thin line, and everybody want this, and it's easy to start to try to do.
Okay.
So that's why we have a lot of young artists, and they dumping prices.
Okay.
So, but it's like, for me, it's not a big problem. I start like many years ago. I have a lot of customers, but the price is still like much more cheaper. I think it's like something like more than half lower.
So what, around 70 euro per hour?
Usually I charge in my home studio something like 400 per session.
Per
I
day.
work per day session. Yeah, I don't need like work. It's not like 12 hours, of course, but I work with people who I know like many years. You know, for me it's like not so hard to work at home. So for me this price is okay. And it's still my own studio. You know, this stuff when you work for studio or we work for.
Of course, yeah. But say honestly, so after that long time tattooing, is it still interesting, or became it more just a job? Just it's like my 12 years. It's really long.
I still interested in technical questions. Like for me, it's interesting to try some new stuff, new tricks, how to work.
Yeah. So you still develop?
Yeah, always. Like couple years ago, I started work. I did like couple months in United States. It's totally different. People. About skin tones. About some. It's always different. Like all your customers looks like same people, but. Or like skin always different, so now I know how to work with everything. I have like a lot of old people customers. Yeah, it's totally different.
So you mean you have a lot of experience between like thick skin, thin skin, dark skin, light
and different
skin,
technical
old skin, young skin.
Yeah, different colors, different technique, different needles, blah blah blah.
So it's still interesting.
It's still interesting, but if we start talking about designs, ideas, it's always same. Everybody wants something from Pinterest.
Yeah. How is it to make the 50th lion? Because somebody is so strong. But what you see in this case, so okay, you do your 100 lions. The 100 lions you tattoo. What do you think in this moment when you do the tattoo? You think you see the dollars? Honest.
First, I do. If I will have some options to don't work, I will. Of course, I will start. Traveling, painting, and like chill. But I still working. I need this for life, and I'm not worried about this hype designs and some usual stuff what usually people want. I mean like lions heads, some wolves, some scripts, everything like this. Because I understand, so I see it like each day, every day I see this, and my next customer can ask me about same what guy asked before.
Yeah.
So only me see this. Not my customers. For my customers, it's like own decision. They think many, like somebody couple years about this. I can't just say so. Oh man, your idea is shit. Like,
yeah, of course.
Because
but I'm more interested in your thoughts, not what you know. So if you do this,
it's part of my because I try to do something good for my customers.
Yeah.
It's like
in the beginning I said just that even if you don't like the project, I never, in all this time you work for us, like 2014, I never saw a project you fuck it up or make a bad job or a fast job. You always do really good work. Doesn't matter if you have 5 lions a week. This is like really,
because
I'm really
because for
appreciate
your
for this.
customer, thanks. For your customer, it's important.
Yeah.
For me, it's like usual work, but for customers, they like come to you for this.
Yeah. So there's a handcrafting again. Yeah. What happens here? I mean, I saw this and I'm thinking about, okay, we have a new Polynesian artist. Maybe you want to do this more. Was it
no problem. Hard to explain. Like, it's technical. It's easy to do for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Super
it's
clean,
just geometrical lines and shadings. Nothing special. I'm not a big expert in what's mean, like, because Polynesian stuff, some things mean some stuff.
Yes.
I have no idea what is it, but I always tell my customer, if you know what you want to do, like, if you want this style from me, for me technically it's not a problem to do, but you should tell me what type of ornaments you like, what you want to put, like turtle or some face or like what exactly, and I can do it like nice.
Yeah, I saw it, but for me I was thinking, what happens there? Is the money empty?
No, but it's just you can see like more than half of my project in Instagram because I didn't post too much.
Yeah.
Usually.
Of course, right now I see like your kind of realistic stuff you do, but this it was like you scroll through your feed and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think I have a couple Polynesian stuff like many years before.
Okay, then you need to
to
scroll it out. Okay.
I just didn't post it.
So.
Also, I can do watercolor.
Pardon?
Also,
you can do watercolor?
Yeah.
More watercolor projects.
Watercolor.
I know, basically you're one of these artists where I say, okay, you can do basically almost everything and you always do it nice. If you really don't want to do it, or then you say, no, I can't do this.
I think I can do a lot, like I'm not real like some things for me it's really hard, some big realistic color stuff maybe.
I know you don't like to do faces.
Yeah, it's like,
but even this you do good.
If it's like nice reference, if you work with nice good reference, I can do like copy of the portrait. I hope it looks nice. Or I can do some stylish something like a face, but not real face, like cartoon stuff and blah blah. For me it's okay, but I'm not like really top in like portraits. I think sometimes I can do it, but
what do you do when sometimes you have this? We have it here also. You have a customer, and he wants a project what you don't like, and you say like, fuck, in a couple of years it will look like shit, or it will, in this position it will look not good, or it's too small. How you handle these problems usually?
I just talking with customers about what they will have after.
Yeah.
If it's like, sometimes you can't cover something with what they want. Yeah. Like everybody want to do cover up, but they won't put on it like something nice and clean, black and gray, and you always will see old stuff inside. So I just explain what will happen and why it's not working.
And if it's still not working, I mean, sometimes you have these customers, they know everything better than you. Then you do the tattoo because you say, okay, I tell you, in 5 years it looks shit, but if you want to pay the money, you will do the job, or with this advice it will look like shit, or you don't do it?
I can't remember no one who really... No. I can find the compromise. Yeah. Like, I don't like this style, I think it's like too dark for this place, something like this. Maybe I did a couple of them, but usually people understand what the problem and
so
what need to do.
Can change the mind always.
Yeah, it's just will be much more better if they. I have one problem. Nobody don't want to use a laser.
Yeah, here's the thing.
I don't know why. I know a couple people who did this, and we cover everything like super nice. But usually they don't want, and we're trying to find compromise without laser. This is a problem. Just this problem. But usually people understand.
Okay, so I think the laser problem is more than it takes so long time because you need a lot of sessions, then you need to heal. So before you get your cover up, maybe it takes 1 year before you start tattooing. But the people never think about that's like, okay, what's 2 years compared to the rest of your life?
Yeah. I start thinking about cover my old stuff on the legs and one arm and blah blah blah, and I'm thinking about like 5 years maybe, or if I was start like before this 5 years ago, I can do like just the clean legs, you know. You don't need the cover because it's like nothing on it. But I still thinking, and I always try to explain my like. Sorry for my English.
No problem.
I try to explain. So I'm thinking about like to my customers. I'm thinking about like 2 years. So you won't do cover up, and you can just spend 1 more year for thinking about design and start do laser, but they always want to do it.
Yeah, they want it now. I think people are not patient enough for tattoos. They see it, they see something on Instagram, they see this, and they say, I want this now directly here.
Yeah.
Can you do a sleeve for me in 4 sessions?
I did.
Please. Yeah, here, you did it here, I know. That was crazy. But the young guy was like really strong. Like it was 3 days in a row, 1 day break, and then another day, right?
2 days in a row, 1 day break. It was 3 sessions.
3 sessions? Oh, fuck. That's fucking crazy. One more question. I remember, okay, you come to us first time, and then you travel, and then you travel Germany and somewhere else. But right now, you go a lot of times to the US. How's the price there? I hear so many crazy stories about it. Is it that crazy?
I was in New York. It's expensive city. I charged like $250 per hour.
$250 per hour?
Yeah, something like this. It's.
And they have like a day session price, or it's like open end?
Usually it's open. Like no, you can work 6 hours at church for time, but something like I know some artists who charge like $400 per hour. Yeah, it depends your how many people want to come to you. Yeah. Like, are you famous or not? A lot like.
So if you're pretty clever, you start tattooing now as a young guy, making like really fine line tattoos and making a lot of selfies and getting a lot of followers, and then you can earn a lot of money.
Much more.
Yeah,
it's mean like.
What do you think about this, guys? Honestly, they will hear it for sure.
I don't know this word for this. I won't be on them place, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I can do it. Like I can take a selfie. I don't want to do all this stuff for me. Like I'm happy when people come to me and ask me to do something because they like what I do. Yeah. But I can do like hype, and I don't know nothing about this, about social media stuff and blah blah blah. I just don't know how to do this. But I think they are like really good in it.
Yeah.
Why not?
But where's what is the idea behind it to make like this really fine stuff? You see so many tattoos, you know, if you see it, if you're like really experienced, or if you're a little bit experienced, it will look like shit after 2 years, 1 year.
If you will do everything right, it will still looks nice. If it's like not a real problem, when you do like something like a line here, you know, it's problem. But when you do not big one, somewhere on normal place with little of water in your ink, for safe, it's like technical things. Okay. It will works like many years. I saw the people like 60 years old tattoos or 50 years old tattoos on the old guys. Some traditional stuff you almost can see nothing. on the it's somewhere here, you know, old dry skin and big old school tattoo. And you almost can understand what is it, but it's old school. Like it should be, looks good after many years. But when you're really old, it's same will with this.
That's interesting. Stuff. I thought about it a little bit in a different way, because like this, we have, you know, there is no, you don't know now how the micro-realistic stuff will look in 10 years, because it's not 10 years on the market.
Yeah.
It's like, so there are so different opinions, but you say if you do it right, it can stay in a
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, not
for this you need to be experienced, huh?
Sure.
Okay. But then comes a problem, huh? If you do it like 2 years, you're not experienced.
I just know what I do and why I do this.
Yeah.
Young artists just do what they saw in Instagram, but usually we do same. We use, for this small stuff, we use some special liquid ink, fine lines, and you try to be really careful with these lines. They do also this, but maybe somebody don't understand why, and I understand why I do this. But in the end, we still have same like quality of work.
Okay, so we keep in mind tattooing for you, for me also more handcrafting, because you do what the customer wants.
Yeah.
Maybe 10% of it is real big art, because you can do what you want to do.
Yeah, but it's like not a problem.
No, of course not. It's just like it's a lot of people ask, and then it's like, why are tattoos so expensive? It's one more question I basically have. What do you think? Because it's art, because it's handcrafting, because it lasts forever?
For me, it's like the first 12, 13 years of my life. So like, you can just charge for equipment what you use, for inks and some rent. It's not only this in price.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of experience, a lot of time of my life, what I spent for this. And if you wanna be sure so everything will okay, and you know, so I will do it like nicely. So that's why you should pay me for I will do this.
And it stays forever, of course.
Yeah.
So it's not like an iPhone. The iPhone costs also €1,000, but it will like completely break after 1 year or maybe 2. So
it's like,
okay, so you say it's like a lot of experience also. You pay for the experience, you pay for the time you spend to learn all this.
For
stuff.
somebody you pay for name.
Yes.
Some like
for name and for fame.
Yeah, some famous artists can charge much more just because like a lot of people want something for them.
Yeah.
Some people pay because they know, so they want to do quality nice stuff from exactly this artist. So the price, something around this, like that's why.
Between fame,
Yeah, it's really funny when somebody start to explain. I saw it like many times. So tattoos expensive because the ink, because the needles, because the gloves, but it's like this part of price.
Yeah, I always keep telling it's the experience, it's the time, it's the fact that you have I sometimes I compare it with hairdressers. You know, they're doing handcraft, they do what the customers want, but okay, hair they regrow. So if you cut them totally off, they will will come back for sure. So you're really reliable what you do on the skin. That's why it's more expensive than other stuff, I think. So but
if you will do something wrong, you will pay much more for better artists to fix this.
Yeah. But sometimes I also, what you say about the fame, okay, you tattoo long, they're quite big players in the business, and then you pay like, €400 an hour, but I saw so many tattoo artists, they can do the same stuff, maybe more clean, so, and is it fair? Yeah, of course, it's everywhere like this.
I think it's, but because these people who have like famous and everything, they do a lot for this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this. If I know the secret, I will try to do same. Like, but they know, me not. Okay. Same like with shitty artists and good artists.
So it's
I know something, they know.
So there's the price not only for the work, because there are other artists, they can do it cleaner and maybe better, and but they don't want to spend all of their life for become famous. Is it like this?
I know, it's like own way, you know,
Yeah.
somebody doing it.
Okay.
Same in everything. It's like art can cost like 1,000 and 10 millions for like piece of art, you know. Same with clothes. Yeah, something like this.
Yeah.
Same with clothes. You can buy something for 3,000 and something for 20 euro.
Yeah, but it's
usually the same. It's like one same
It's
fabric.
the name. Okay, thank you very much, Andrew.
Yeah, okay.
You're welcome. Bye bye. Cool.